Actually get to the talks and the politics of it all. What is the situation there this morning after we saw all those violent protests late last week?
Well, Yuveka, as it stands here in Mahikeng, it's very calm. People are going about their usual business freely. I've seen a number of cars passing by here and taxis commuting various community members and citizens to their workplaces. So all is normal here in Mahikeng now. There is no riots taking place or protests demanding the resignation of Premier Supra Mahumapelo. But in a political sense, the tension is rather there when it comes to the tripartite alliance here in the northwest. You remember that the SACP, led by its provincial secretary Madota Sambata, who's a former MEC and current MPL in the legislature, are one of those disgruntled within the tripartite alliance who are calling for the resignation of Premier Supra Mahumapelo, along with the provincial ANC Youth League led by Sipho Diale, who said that they've raised their issues internally within that meeting that took place here when President Ramaphosa cut his trip to the UK short and came back Friday morning and had that all-important meeting with all ANC alliance structures and some community members, but particularly with the ANC structures and the tripartite alliance here in Mahikeng.
Now, despite the president cutting short his trip from the UK, going there at the week on Friday, Samkele, it seems that there is no decision yet, and it seems that Supra Mahumapelo is refusing to go anywhere. He's staying put as far as he's concerned.
Well, let me just give you the extent of the damage that has been done. I'm just going to step out of shot and ask my colleague Tutuga to show you the damage and the looting that transpired here at this specific garage. Over there on my left-hand side, you would see that the ATM, the FNB ATM, was looted. You come here to this Caltex garage, it's basically been ravaged. There is nothing seemingly left. It's no longer in operation. So basically, the protests were rather violent and looting did take place. But on a political sense now, no decision has been taken by the ANC to recall Premier Supra Mahumapelo. To understand that the National Working Committee of the ANC is meeting this morning in Durban, along with the top 6 meeting, which will first start with the top 6, then later on go to the National Working Committee meeting to discuss various political issues plaguing the governing party and the country, particularly this issue of Mahikeng. I was told by one NWC member last week that before that even the vote of no conference started, that the ANC top 6 and the NWC was seized with this matter of Premier Supra Mahumapelo, because the political tension in the province is very high. The caucus itself in the legislature is very divided. But the ANC top 6 is not only dealing with this hot issue of Mahikeng and the Northwest Province. They're also dealing with the high political climate in the province that they will be having that meeting in KwaZulu-Natal. So they've got a lot of things in their basket to nibble with and try and find various solutions to them, but Mahikeng and the Northwest Province being top of their agenda.
Now, we know amid all of this, we've seen now the cattle scandal or the cow scandal that has come up and giving more impetus to those who want, or impetus to the case for those who want Mahumapelo gone. Just tell us, for those who might have missed it, what the issue is there.
Well, I can't help but laugh when you think of the cattle sagas in the ANC and in the government currently. You'd remember Istina Dairy Farm with those dairy cattle that involved Free State Premier, then Premier S. Makashule and Msebenzi Zwane. Well, there's another cattle scandal here seemingly in the Northwest where Premier Supra Mahumapelo apparently gave a gift to the former President Jacob Zuma worth 1.5 somewhat million rands or billion rands worth of cattle to the former president in Nkandla, Bromount cattle, which included a bull. So that was sent to the former President Jacob Zuma in his private homestead in Nkandla, which is also a scandal in itself, where over 200 million rands of taxpayers' money was spent to upgrade the former president's home. So it seems as if he also got some cattle out of his political ally, Supra Mahumapelo, whom has been at President Jacob Zuma's side for the longest of time, being one of his strongest praise singers and also his staunch defenders. Would remember that this province, going to the 54th National Conference of the ANC, backed a candidate that was seemingly endorsed by former President Jacob Zuma, which is Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. So their political ally ties with the former president go way back. So Premier Supra Mahumapelo is alleged to have given a gift to former President Jacob Zuma of around 25 cattle worth 1.5 million rands to the former president using state coffers money through one of the departments in the province.
All right, so while they consider all of this and the pros and cons of removing the Premier at the moment, Samkele, just to clarify for us and wrap it up for us, what you're seeing this morning, despite the destruction that we see behind you, business as usual for the most part?
Yes, as it currently stands, it's business as usual. Community members, residents are going about their usual business. Some are being ferried and commuted to their various workplaces by minibus taxis. Others are using their cars, but there's no blockages of roads, there's no burning tires or some sort of wreckage being placed on the roads. It's business as usual as it stands, but we also understand that it's ANC Monday. In ANC politics, Mondays are always dedicated to the party, so various structures of the party will be meeting at the provincial office, the Provincial Youth League, the Women's League and the ANC itself to iron out their various political issues. So we understand that the Premier of the province would also be in that ANC Mondays at the ANC provincial office, should he not be called to go to answer for himself at the National Working Committee meeting of the ANC in Durban.
Security situation, the police presence, is that are police still out and about on the streets there this morning?
Well, I've seen a number of police officers, particularly in town in Mahikeng. I think I saw about 3 or 4 vans of police vehicles. As it currently stands here where we are, I have not seen any vehicles patrolling the area. The area seems to be very calm. Police presence is somewhat seemingly high within the CBD, but I've not seen here in the residential areas as yet, particularly here where this specific garage was looted. I have not seen that high number of police presence here, particularly in this area. But in town, I did see a number of vehicles passing by in the CBD where we were staying.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much. That's ANC Samkele Maseko. He's there in the northwest, just bringing us the latest. It all seems to be calm for now.